Good morning. We are starting Perek Vav in the second section, the Seder Hashkacha. So he's been talking about how God runs the world, and he gets into a little bit more detail. Today he speaks about something which we hear about all the time, and that is this notion of a Beis Din Shel Mala. This term, that there is a court. There's a court up above, and so the question is this a metaphor? Is there is there a court above? Does God need a court above? When God is making decisions, why would he need a court? God knows everything, right? And so he actually suggests that there really is a court above. That God actually created their systems, as we've been talking about. God has created systems, how the world is going to function. And when there is a judgment that needs to be made, there is indeed a Beis Din Shel Mala, not only one Beis Din Shel Mala, but he describes many Batei Din Shel Mala. There are many, many courts that God sets up. Some of those courts, he, so to speak, presides over, and some of them he does not, but there are actually systems set above. And so we're going to try to understand why these systems are set up. We're just going to see sections from this piece. So let's just jump to, in the middle of Oz Beis, in my copy, it's the second paragraph, V'amnam. He says like this, V'amnam Iker, so again, in Perek Vav, Oz Beis, the second paragraph, V'amnam Iker ha'davar kachu, the main idea is like this, Hine kvar bi'arnu lamala. We explained above, Kama min adiktok nimtza b'dino shel kol ish ve'ish. We already alluded to earlier, that there's a lot of complexity and a lot of detail in judging each and every person. Within each individual, yimtu tainos rabos, there are many claims, lefi sibo shanos, according to different reasons. Lios nidon isha hu l'drachim rabim midarchim mishpat. There are so many reasons that we could go in so many different directions with each and every person. In other words, like we spoke about a little bit on Shabbos, there's complexity. There's a lot of complexity. When you think about a certain individual, even a certain act, when we start analyzing it, there's so many different ways to look at it. It's not, simplistic, this is good, this is bad. Like, there's so many different reasons. The person's upbringing, the person's future, the person's, what's going through their mind. There's so much that has to be taken into account. Not just each person, but each deed. Each deed you could break up, right? Was this thing 100%, lishma, for the right reason? Was it 100% good? Everything is like a mix of, this and that, and everything's so incredibly complex. Okay, so right? There are so many elements which are to merit, and so many elements which are to a demerit within each and every action. Everything in this world, is made up of so many different composite parts. And it could go into different directions. All those different elements are revealed in the upper Beis Din. Meaning when you go into a court, so you might have a lawyer defending you or accusing you, and they will bring up whatever they could come up with. But they certainly can't bring up every single element. It's just impossible, right? In Beis Din Shel Mala, up above, every single element, every single reason for the good, for the bad, every single thing is brought up. And every member, every angel that's there kind of reveals a different element. So when you think of the Beis Din Shel Mala, when there's a judgment taking place, there's like a different angel revealing or expressing a different element that is going to be important to factor in when we judge this individual or when we judge this particular act. Achabein kulam, to the point that you have between all the different angels that are there, misgalos abechinos kulam lo nichad davar. All the different elements are expressed. Right? So when you think of what's going on in Beis Din Shel Mala, every single element, right? No lawyer could possibly exhaust all those possibilities. It's impossible. In Beis Din Shel Mala, everything's possible, and you have infinite amount of angels. So you have these angels who are expressing every different element that has to be taken into account. And then yishakel inyan lefi kol bechinos amid yosahem. Then there is judgment made according to all those different elements. V'teitze gzera kfi hanaos, and a decree, a ruling comes out according to what's appropriate. The Mardin, the judgment, the ultimate ruling will be done by the one who presides over that Beis Din. Whether it's a Beis Din which God, so to speak, sits at the head of. And here's the key line, which we're going to elaborate on more tomorrow. At the end of the day, everything is revealed in front of God, meaning this whole exercise seems to be a bit of a waste of time. Like, why are we bothering with all these angels coming about and expressing the different components? Everything is revealed in front of him. God allows for all of his ministering angels. He allows them to make claims, to reveal every element in truth, and then the matter is concluded, the ruling is concluded according to what is appropriate. So he hasn't yet explained to us why, but he's explained to us that yes, there is a Beis Din Shalmala. The function, the uniqueness of a Beis Din Shalmala, of a Beis Din of above, is that you have the expression of every single element is brought out, something that obviously can take place over here, and then either it's a ministering angel or it's God that presides over it and ultimately brings about a ruling. And even though, of course, as he said, God, of course, knows what's going to happen. So we're going to elaborate on this a little bit more, but he's giving us a little bit of a sense of what that system is up above, and we will pick up Hashem tomorrow.